Hey everybody, it's me, Hottesome. How's it going? It is almost October 31st. It's Halloween. Halloween is in 2 days. Can you believe it? It's so crazy, I can't believe it. And like a crazy person, I just binge watched Stranger Things 2. And I loved it. It was great. Um, as you can hear, I have the theme song playing in the background. I'm just gonna do 9 awesome things that I liked and didn't like about Stranger Things in 9 minutes, hopefully. So let's get into it. My favorite episode. My favorite episode, actually, I'm picking 2. There were only 9 episodes this season, which is really sad because I really think they should get up to like 13. But I know they're trying to stand alone and be like a little different than most shows. And basically, like, every season's like an anthology. So it's like a movie broken up into like mini episodes. But my favorite episodes were Mad Max, which was the first episode, and The Lost Sister, because it was a standalone episode. Mad Max, I loved it because you get to introduce this really interesting character, and they're not even really sure like who she is. And it's also a really cool 80s reference. And The Lost Sister, the very first character you meet in Mad Max shows back up finally 7 episodes down the road. And it is revealed that she is very much like 11 and has some pretty cool powers. Number 2, my favorite moment of the season would definitely be the fight between 11 and Hopper. The all-out blowout fight where she gets so pissed, like, things just start flying, and it's like, you do not want to piss off a psychic. She's a kid, and she needs to listen, but also she's a psychic, so it's like, err on the side of caution there. But it was so great. The production people who rigged everything, bravo. And I found out from watching Beyond Stranger Things, which I'll shamelessly plug after this because it was really great, is that the glass and everything that just like kind of was flying everywhere was very real. And the actor who plays Hopper did not want to use like, a stunt double. But they rigged it so like none of the glass would like be flying towards his face. He'd be turned away, but literally windows, everything just like blew up, and it was crazy. My least favorite moment would be Bob saving the day, just because I loved Bob. Sean Astin, who played him in The Goonies and Lord of the Rings, is amazing. He was such a lovable character. But you knew something bad was going to happen to him from the get-go, and it's like, of all the ways to go. He saves the day, he helps everyone get out, and then he, of course, reaches an obstacle. Typical, suspense plot for an episode. Manages to get around that first obstacle, and then, of course, he, does something really stupid and Bob-like, and gets himself killed by a demo dog. So yeah, not really happy about that. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was too cliche almost, in a way. So yeah. My least favorite character would definitely have to be Paul Reiser's character, Dr. Owens. I just didn't really think he was that intimidating, so it was kind of hard to like believe that he was kind of overseeing and running everything. He just wasn't as badass as Papa, as 11 calls him, from last season. He was super intimidating, super scary. And then Darcy Montgomery, who plays like the new bad boy, who's kind of like a human villain, like a rival for Steve's character. I liked him, but what I didn't like is that they kept kind of dancing around this word or this like state or feeling that they didn't really want to express, and it was like super obvious that this kid is probably a racist, among other things, besides a terrible human being. And you kind of get to see that it gets instilled in him by his dad, who is like the worst fucking person in the world. Pardon my French. But yeah, I kind of wish they would have just said it, but I guess back then people didn't really use the word as much, or in a small town they didn't really want to use that word. But it was like super obvious that's what they were hinting at and dancing around. It's like, you know, I get this is set in the 80s, but with everything going on in the world, I wish they would have used this as more of a platform to like kind of, you know, do something really progressive. I'm not saying like advocate and like be an activist, but I'm just saying kind of like go, hey, yeah, this was a thing and it's not okay, and kind of make it better. And I guess they kind of did that with one of my favorite love triangles, Lucas, Dustin, and Maxine, aka Mad Max. Yeah, because eventually Lucas and Maxine end up together, and Lucas and Maxine remind me of my friends Mariah and Drew. Shout out to Mariah and Drew because they're an awesome couple. Yeah, there were a lot of love triangles this season. Like a lot. Steve and Nancy, and then Nancy with Jonathan. Even Hopper, Joyce, and Bob were technically in a love triangle, so a lot going on there. Lots to get into if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it and are planning on watching it again, you should definitely do that. My least favorite episode is The Spy, because I felt like it was very predictable. It's like you already knew Will was a spy, but you were thinking that Will was able to spy on the big bad, the shadow monster. Who gets a name like at the end of the series, and they name him. I'm blanking. The Mind Flayer. Yeah, so it's like the Mind Flayer is all knowing and all seeing. So it's like, of course he knows that you guys are trying to trick him. And of course, you know, once they realize that they're screwed, you know, they have to sedate Will. So I didn't really care for that at all because it was just like super predictable, and it's like I wish I would have seen it coming sooner. I felt like they were way more smarter and like more progressive the first season. Then now it's like, because it's been a year and everyone's kind of been, you know, I don't know, just absent-minded and just like trying to live their life and get on with everything. I think they just kind of forgot how badass they all are and how proactive they all are. I think next season they'll definitely like dive a little deeper into the other kids, like 11, like Kali, aka Roman, and those abilities. They might even be the villains for next season, you never know. I really love the 80s references, Aliens, you know, having Paul Reiser there, who was in Aliens, and 11's look, with the curly hair and, like, the whole, you know, Sigourney Weaver feel. I just love that. And then how she, like, ends up doing a complete 180 transformation, and she goes for the, you know, bad boy, Judd Nelson look from The Breakfast Club, to finally the whole Pretty in Pink moment, or in her case, Beautiful in Blue. So yeah, that was really awesome. Yeah, so that was 9 minutes, and for my last little tidbit, I'll just plug Beyond Stranger Things with Jim Rash. It was a great show. It's 7 episodes. They're really short. He sits around with, like, you know, the brothers and the show's main director and different, you know, cast members, including a lot of the newbies, like Darcy Montgomery, the Red Ranger from the new Power Ranger movies, who was, like, you know, the human bad guy, and blanking on her name, the girl who plays Mad Max. Like, I have notes here, I always have notes, and I'm like blanking on what her name is. But yeah, she was pretty great. So yeah, check out my blog, Hottesome, WORDPRESS.com. like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, and stay tuned for more fun things to come, including a really cool whisper challenge with my friend Chris B. Station about Stranger Things. Have a happy Halloween.